Recently, German Football Association announced a very important appointment. Though it is not officially voted until 27th of September, no one will oppose the appointment of Fritz Keller. Even if you are a long-time Germany national team supporter or the supporter of Bundesliga, you may not have heard this name unless you are a staunch supporter of SC Freiburg. Taking his role as the president of SC Freiburg since 2010, Fritz Keller has been described as a person enjoying and meeting new people and a person having a very sincere personality. So instead of hiding the fixed gas in the VIP area in the stadium, he usually chat with the coaches, guests, and fans after every home games. This kind of amiable and steadfast characters seems to make himself completely different from his predecessors, like Wolfgang Neisbach and Reinhard Grito. Apart from these extraordinary personalities, his entrepreneurial success in the wine industry could make it in a very good position to work with various international federations as a way to reconcile the publicly damaged German Football Association. Well, he is certainly not a type of strong leader, but his open-mindedness could properly, successfully transport his leadership, philosophy, and the holistic approach to the German Football Association headquarters. The question is whether he will bring a real reconstruction to the heavily corrupt and bureaucratic organization in a very short span of period of time. Let me have a short revisit to the era of Reinhard Grindel. The immediate cause of his resignation was due to the report by Bild newspaper that he had allegedly accepted a luxury watch from a Ukrainian football official. And also during his time as the chairman of German Football Association Media Management Subsidiary, he also received a very suspectable amount of revenue, amounting to €78,000. Public statement and apologies for his alleged corruption, and stating that the Ukrainian official having no financial interest in the German Football Associations did not help in turning his situation around. He had to resign under the overt public criticism, not to mention the other controversies and other serious incidents that he's mishandled when he was in charge as the president, including the Özil and Gundogan incidents, the incident of ending the German national careers of Thomas Müller, Mats Hummels, and Jerome Boateng. Although the reports claim that Joachim Löw did pay a visit to Munich and explain the decision behind before making the public announcements. And more importantly, Grito's inability to connect with the overall Germany soccer fans has drawn various criticism, and he was very unwilling to establish the communication with the soccer fans and also to the reporter. When he was asked about how financially lucrative a new international tournament would be for the association, he walked out of the interview. In addition to trimming down the number of in the stadiums and also putting more Monday night match in the Bundesliga, together with the horrible behavior from the police in the Baden region, inside and outside the stadium, those number of incidents further deteriorate the torn image built by the German football associations since the start of the millennium. So what could the new president Fritz Keller to turn awfully injured German Football Association to the pitch once again? Well, in the first place, he was hesitant to take up this appointment because he loved SC Freiburg so much that, and also his status as a wine connoisseur so much that he do not want to leave the industry and also the football club. But eventually he accepts the appointment solely because of the sincere love for the football in Germany. So it really proves that he is willing to restructure and revolutionize the defined and inviting association. My very first impression to Fritz Keller is that he is a grassroots leader because of his long-term establishment with SC Freiburg, with other amateur football clubs, and even to the women's football in Germany. So it sounds as a very good chance to me that Fritz Keller is going to zero in on the internal policy and the internal structure, while the association vice president, now acting as the interim president, Rainer Koch, will focus on restoring German influence abroad, at least finding Germany in a place in either UEFA or FIFA. Well, the ex-president Reinhard Grito was the UEFA executive committee members, but it is completely different from what I just mentioned about. I'm talking about the representation of Germany as a country in those football associations. This is a case where the individuals versus collective. In this way, Keller will have no time to waste in taking official duties in UEFA or FIFA, which is very, very crucial to the reconstruction and redevelopment of the German Football Association as a whole. Well, you may say, well, I sound very optimistic to the new appointment, and one would welcome the association will resume the normal practice as it did before the millennium. But there are two things that they may have hindered the development. There has been no new appointment to the presidential board apart from the new presidents. So a lot of officials and presidents may be pro-Reinhard Grito, although most of them recognize the urgency to conduct the reformation. Would Fritz Keller be powerful enough to execute the reformation without gaining a lot of internal opposition? I really have no clue whether Rainer Koch and Christian Stivet, the CEO of the Bundesliga, are really supporting the new president and submissive to all the decisions made by the president. Although the new president may be rather down to earth, these friendly and accessible characters good enough to collaborate with the regional associations. As you know, the regional football association are the pillars of the amateur football development. This will become the major challenge to the new president if the association is going to reform the current youth development. The Vice President of Youth Football, Dr. Hans-Dieter Dürritz, and the Vice President of Grassroots, Erwin Berger, are very experienced officials in establishing a new national system that could take the youth and amateur soccer development to the next level. Dr. Dürritz launched a junior league for the under 19 players, and it has become a very competitive campaign, attracting and drawing the public broadcast across the country. So it remains a question of how Fritz Keller is going to collaborate with those two experienced officials to refine the system. There are also two major challenges lying ahead. First of all, the Germany national team business manager Oliver Bierhoff, who was the legendary Germany national team striker, will be the main architect to the new Germany Academy and the new DFL headquarters. We should remember that Oliver Bierhoff has been tipped as the main favorite to succeed Ryan Grindel. We have suspected that the association would like to give him two major tasks before officially appointing him as the new president. But it turned out not to be the same prediction as we have. Considering that Olivier Bierhoff belongs to the Bowl establishment, that means that he supports Ryan Grindel. So I really doubt that if he is going to have a good collaboration and good partnership with the new president. Oh, didn't I say that the new president receives an unanimous support from the presidential board? In principle, Olivier Bierhoff should support this decision too. But we really do not undermine ambition and his plan to succeed to be either the vice president and eventually the president in the future. So it is still possible that the conflict, the infighting, will continue somehow if the so-called new policy of street football implemented by the association in June could not work well and in sync with the new ideas proposed by Fritz Keller. And the ultimate and utmost challenge to Fritz Keller is the transparency and efficiency to the organization as a whole. Well, the problem could not be worked overnight, and all of us should know it is a very huge challenge to the new president.